Hello guys, this is Shashikant and I'm back with a topic on weak interactions. There are different types of weak interactions that exist in nature between different kinds of molecules. For example, hydrogen bonding, hydrophobic interactions, van der Waals forces and ionic interactions. Let's study each of these interactions one by one. We start our discussion with the hydrogen bonding. We'll try to understand the hydrogen bonding with the help of two water molecules interacting with each other. We know that water molecule is made up of three atoms. The first is oxygen in the center, and there are two hydrogen atoms bonded to the oxygen. The oxygen is bonded with hydrogen with the help of covalent bond. The nucleus of the oxygen has the tendency to pull the shared pair of electron toward itself. Therefore, oxygen becomes electronegative and oxygen acquires a partial negative charge. Consequently, the hydrogen atom acquires a delta positive charge. Since oxygen is bonded with two hydrogen atoms, therefore oxygen acquires two delta negative charge. Now, the water molecule has a negative charge on oxygen and a delta positive charge on hydrogen. That's why the water molecule becomes an electric dipole, because it has two poles. That is, the first pole is oxygen atom, which has negative charge or delta negative charge, and the hydrogen atom, which has the delta positive charge. Now, the hydrogen atom, which has the delta positive charge, electrostatically interacts with the oxygen atom of another water molecule that has negative charge by electrostatic force or electrostatic interaction. That's why the hydrogen atom of one water molecule attracts the oxygen atom of another water molecule. So this interaction between hydrogen and oxygen of two different water molecules is called hydrogen bonding. In other words, we can say hydrogen bonding is the electrostatic interaction between an highly electronegative atom, for example oxygen, fluorine and nitrogen, and the weakest electronegative atom like hydrogen. The next weak interaction that we are going to study is ionic interaction. And we will understand the ionic interaction with the help of an example of NaCl. When we dissolve NaCl in the water, we get two types of charges, Na plus and chlorine minus. These two ions are formed as a result of a tendency to complete their octet. The Na plus ion loses one electron and it fulfills its octet. Similarly, the chlorine ion gains one electron and it completes its octet. However, in doing so, they have acquired some charges. For example, since the sodium has lost one electron, therefore it acquires a positive charge, and chlorine ion, which has gained one electron, that's why it acquired negative charge. And we know in physics that two opposite charges attracts each other. Consequently, the sodium ion and chlorine ion attracts each other electrostatically. In other words, whenever there is a electrostatic attraction between any two atoms or any two ions, we call that interaction as ionic interaction. The next weak interaction that we are going to study is hydrophobic interaction. As usual, we'll understand the hydrophobic interaction with the help of an example. Suppose we want to dissolve benzene in the water. The benzene is a non-polar molecule, whereas water is a polar molecule. When we put benzene inside the water, the benzene clusters together and it minimizes the interaction with the water. Let's understand the reason behind this. The presence of benzene inside the water leads to the breaking of the hydrogen bonding that would otherwise form between different water molecules. Therefore, the entropy of the water molecule decreases, or the freedom of the movement of the water molecule around the benzene cluster decreases. Moreover, the presence of benzene inside the water causes the water molecule to form a case-like structure. Therefore, the net change in Gibbs free energy becomes positive, and this condition is not favorable for a solute to get dissolved in solvent. Therefore, the benzene molecules are clustered together and they are forced by the surrounding molecules to minimize their surface area. In other words, hydrophobic interaction is a kind of interaction between a polar molecule and a non-polar molecule, and this interaction leads to the formation of cluster of non-polar molecule, and the non-polar molecule avoids its interaction with the polar molecule by reducing its surface area. The next interaction that we are going to study is van der Waals interaction. Suppose there is a molecule of carbon dioxide. We know that the electron cloud of a molecule is not stable. It keeps changing its position. Similarly, the electron cloud of the carbon dioxide would keep changing its position. There will be a time when the electron cloud would occupy a position such that the nucleus is left behind at another side. Therefore, the carbon dioxide will become a transient electric dipole with the electron cloud at one side and the nucleus at another side. Now, the presence of this transient electric dipole would induce the surrounding molecules of carbon dioxide to become transient electric dipole. So, this tendency of a transient electric dipole to induce a transient electric dipole in another molecule of carbon dioxide is called van der Waals interaction. In other words, inside a neutral molecule, the electron clouds are not stable. At times, the electron cloud of a neutral molecule occupies a position that causes the nucleus to left behind at another side, and this leads to the formation of a transient electric dipole. Now, the neutral molecule which has become the transient electric dipole induces the surrounding neutral molecules to become transient electric dipole. And this interaction is called van der Waal interaction. And the force with which the one transient electric dipole attracts the another transient electric dipole is also called London forces. That's all for the today's, guys. I hope I have cleared all of your concepts regarding the weak interaction. If you guys have any doubt and queries regarding the weak interaction, please let me know in the comment section. I will try my best to answer all of your queries. Thank you. I wish you all the best.